So, so of course she's starting to act funny with me, and then I ended up calling the psychic guy because I'm like, what the hell is going on? Because it seems like I'm starting to lose everybody or whatever. Because now Jolene's acting stupid with me and making it seem like me and Nixon has something going on, and he was like telling me like he thinks Nixon has my phone tapped. Like he has I said, what do you mean? He was like, Jolene wasn't supposed to come to your house, and y'all wasn't supposed to get like a regular phone. You were supposed to get her like a track phone or something like that, and she was supposed to just leave the state. Leave. If she had to leave her sons and just take her daughter, that's what she was supposed to do. And I'm like, but she's here. And he was like, well, I don't know. If she wants to go, let her go back. But I told her like that was her last warning that I had got, that, was in the messages. Like that was literally her last warning. So mind you, I already had paid for my reading. I had paid for a second reading because I'm still debating between PR and Devon, because at the end of the day, like I've been with Devon, like now it's going to be 2 years since we've been messing with each other. And the whole gist with us, like my son was supposed to graduate that year. And I was going to, now it's going to be 2 years. I know I was figuring out who you was. So then like once all my family, all my friends was going to be there to celebrate my son graduating, I was going to ask, Devon to come and introduce him to everybody. But now you're saying PR might be my person. So I'm like, I don't know which way to go or which way to turn to, basically. And mind you, I was already upset at my sister because I had hit up my sister earlier that year and asked her, like, was she coming to my son's graduation? Mind you, my son's graduating in May. And I hit her up in January. And Terry ended up hitting me up too, but I don't even care to tell that story. Yeah, so I ended up texting her in January, like, this is the date, because they gave us the date that they were graduating and everything. Like, this is the date my son is graduating. Just letting you know the date. And she was like, she's going to let me know. What do you mean you're going to let me know? I'm giving you 5 months, 4 months to already request that date off. Why you got to see? That's why I say, people, it don't matter if it's family, not family, whatever. Like, if it was me, it didn't matter. Like, every time Jolene would tell me when her Nixon's daughters was graduating, I marked the day. I knew I was gonna be there. And they're not blood related to me. And you're telling me you gotta see? For your first nephew? For my child? Oh, okay. Okay. So when I get my reading, Jolene's there. So of course she's like, so now I'm feeling like she feel like me and the psychic guy and Nixon are in cahoots together or something like that. She was like, oh, can I sit in within your reading? I was like, yeah, sure, I don't care or whatever. Just sit or whatever. Like, I'm not hiding nothing from you. So he proceeds to tell me. So of course he goes into the light-skinned dude. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I still see he's still around. Like, yeah, we were still talking. We were still messing around. So, like I said, I'm still human. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Like, whatever. Let's still get back to the damn story. So he was like, but then he says to me, like, he has a situation. What do you mean he has a situation? I mean, I thought he did, but I didn't. So he does have a situation. He's like, yeah. And he travels a lot. Where did he be going? What do you... Wait, what? What do you mean? He travels a lot? I didn't even know he left the state of Florida like that. What do you mean he travels? I said, this motherfucker. And he said, he's like, I said, so what about the other guy? He's like, the darker guy. Like I told you the last time, he's the better choice. I mean, he's not all the way right, but all I can say, that's the one that you're gonna eventually marry. I said, oh shit. Wow. Wow. So then he's like, is Jolene's there, right? I said, yeah. And he's like, oh, well, I'm picking up on her energy too. She's supposed to be meeting somebody. I said, meeting somebody. And he's like, can I talk to her? And I just rolled my eyes because I'm like, I just told you I wanted this girl out of my house. Like, I'm not paying for her reading too. Ungrateful ass bitch. Like, at the end of the day, I do not care. Like, as you can see, I don't care. Like I said, I'll give a bitch her flowers. But at the end of the day, when you get me to this point, yeah, you're ungrateful. You believe somebody who kept putting you through trauma on purpose over somebody who was genuine with you. The fuck? You could kiss my ass all I care. I got a big ass too. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I don't want people to take the whole thing with Ghislaine as a sense of me ever coming back to them. Ever. So you could pass away, you could go to jail, you could be homeless. I would not give two motherfucking rats' ass what happens to you after my story is done. I really wouldn't care. This is not only for me to heal, because at the end of the day, like I said in a previous video, when I did to baby girl, I've cleared my conscience. I've cleared my conscience. I know what I did wrong, but I also know what I did right. So at the end of the day, I will still always stand. Because I have a higher power beside me, behind me, in front of me, and around me. So continue to try to puncture the bubble that's been surrounding me. You'll always be disappointed. Always.